Now, I've found something here. You might be back here.
Match completely banned. Certainly from our perspective, that was never on the.
A little bit further back.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Craig Guilford, Chief Constable.
Thank you. And I think you wanted to make an opening statement, Chief Constable.
Yes, and thank you, Chair, for giving me this opportunity. We act without fear or favour. We are apolitical, and we remember what our core responsibilities are. So from the get-go, we were planning to facilitate this event, both sets of supporters at Villa Park. And regardless of any of the earlier conversations and sort of reporting around, certain elements would like the match completely banned, certainly from our perspective, that was never on the agenda. So we also instigated a community impact assessment, so we captured views of local population and also local interest groups, and those were both Jewish and Muslim. And as that situation progressed, we got to...
That's the problem I spotted. And the other thing is, we can go back here. Find it.
Thank you. And I think you wanted to make an opening statement, Chief Constable.
Yes, and thank you, Chair, for giving me this opportunity. We act without fear or favour. We are apolitical, and we remember what our core responsibilities are. So
this guy here, this is one. That's a person of interest. Now, I have actually looked at others, including those behind him, and there's this guy here. I haven't got my glasses, but they're not the right ones. However, there are others. There's female, like this Jewish. You can't have Jews in our government. We need to throw them out, and that includes Muslims too. Anyone who puts their religion or just quite simply their loyalty to an institution outside of the UK, or even anything within the UK that is not the UK, in any sense. I mean, I prefer to support Scotland because the English are extremely biased. Okay. Now, I do see some people reaching out, but I don't believe they're doing it for the right reason. So I'm sticking to my father's side of things, and that is Scotland, because the majority of what I am is Scottish. Now, I should have been allowed to live free of persecution and abuse, and even assaults and attempted murders in Yorkshire. At least 2 attempted murders. One involved an attempted abduction that I'm more conscious of. And I still haven't been allowed to find that locality, that location. No one is helping me, including historical records in Hull itself. Now, my brother Stanley did identify a business, but there are still people here in Scotland that I believe are anti-Scottish, and there are also a lot of English people in England that are anti-Scottish and very much against me exposing the pedophile networks in Yorkshire. Apart from Prince Andrew, they're all happy to tear into him. But anyway, here's what I'm saying. Okay, you see that privilege is coming down to your ethnic minority as well. But obviously where there is money or there's something they have that we don't, well, that's usually money. Even if the people in question that are totally against you, they have the backing, and that includes legal firms and so on, parliamentarians, police, everything. The unions, Unite the Union and McDougall Solicitors. So here's what I decided to express.
The problem is that it's not simply about Jews and Muslims alone. It's about economics, and that is about everyone at the table and silent partners. However, I am pleased that the police have realized what I knew a long time ago, and that is the Jewish communities have been screwing us all for decades and hiding within our ranks since the end of WW2 more frequently. Now people might think that is biased, not one bit. A Jewish regiment was prepared to murder all Germans and even an American regiment in Berlin after the end of the war, and they never tire of murdering non-Jewish peoples, including
we need to get rid of a lot of things that just isn't right, and that at the moment we need to get rid of all these people that swear allegiance to a religious belief and countries far away from here, and even secret organised or secret alliances here in Scotland specifically, and other parts of the UK. We just can't have these people. Find them, remove them, punish them for perjury or making false oaths and so on, especially for parliamentarians and the lords and so on. Just kick them all out. Don't let them stay.